Hey guys, what's up? This is Redneck Gamer X, and I would like to talk about Project Z. This game, I don't know what to think about it because they haven't really shown off much. But as far as I'm concerned, it's gonna have to be the full series. Dragon Ball Project Z, it's gonna have to be the full series because they've never done that before. They've never done a Dragon Ball Z game where it's completely through all of the series. They can't just half-ass this game. The combat's gonna have to be good. I'm pretty sure the open world's gonna be great, but the combat has to be amazing. You know, I don't understand how they could not do this series without making it the full series. And I mean all the way from the end of Dragon Ball all the way to Super. They need to do that. Otherwise, nobody's going to want to play the same story over. I don't really know what to think about it. The visuals, they look beautiful. They look amazing. Legacy of Goku 2 and Boo's Fury was one of the best RPGs I've seen them make. And as far as this goes, they're gonna have to ante up, is what I think. Um, I would really like to see them start from the beginning of Dragon Ball and then work their way up to Dragon Ball Z and then go through the Dragon Ball Z saga and then end at the Super saga. I would also like them to make you be able to play as different playable characters. To me, that would be amazing. You got the Super uh, Saiyans in different type of transformations, and then you got the Saiyan saga, which um, you know Goku almost dies in, and then you got Vegeta that goes off to do whatever he's doing. Well, make it where he's now a playable character, and you can go to a Frieza planet and uh, get healed and start heading to Namek, and then switch off playing, as Goku or whatever. That would be good things to incorporate in this game. It would make me want to buy it. You got where Goku fights Raditz and then dies, and then right as Goku dies, you switch off to playing as Piccolo, and then you start training as Gohan. And then when Gohan gets serious in his training, you switch off playing as Gohan, Kid Gohan, and do stuff as Kid Gohan. That would be really great if they incorporated that in this game, which I'm praying they do. If they solely make the game where you're only playing as Goku, I don't think people are going to want that because there's several parts in the series where Goku dies and he's not there anymore. Spoiler alert, he dies in the Cell Saga. He also dies in the the Raditz scene. He gets um shot in the chest by Piccolo, by Sensu Bean Cannon. So these are things that are going to be cut out. You can't do that. You're going to have to make it more than just Goku as a playable character. Nobody's going to want that because then you're going to have to cut out certain parts of the game that are not going to be in there because, like I said, he gets killed by Piccolo to kill Raditz, Then he goes to King Kai and trains with King Kai. Yeah, that could be a scene in there. But what about the scene where he dies in the Cell Saga? He kills himself in the Cell Saga protecting the Earth, and then there's a whole year after that where he's not even in there, and Gohan is defending the Earth against Bojack and all these other people. And are the movies going to be canon in this? Because they're not canon in the Dragon Ball universe. The Brawly Saga is not canon. Um, the Cooler Saga, I think, I'm not sure if it is canon or not. And then you got Lord Slug and all this other stuff. These movies, are they going to be canon in this universe for this game? Or are they just going to solely focus on Goku, which to me I don't think is fair, because as all the characters as a whole, Goku is just one piece of the story. You got Vegeta, whose character is just thinking he's such a bad dude, and then when he gets to the Cell Saga, he gradually changes as a person and then wants to be back to being that bad guy. And then as the Boo Saga goes along, he changes as a person and just gives in to just being a good dad and start being a good father and a good husband. And then during the Dragon Ball Z Super Saga, he's a completely different person. And like I'm saying, these characters develop together. So if you solely base a game only on Goku, you're not making an RPG that's going to make fans happy. You're gonna have to incorporate playing as different characters in this game, because there are certain areas in the series where certain characters do specific stuff, like Piccolo training Gohan to become stronger. If you just cut that out and just go to Goku training with King Kai, then nobody's going to know what the hell that happened. Even if y'all summarize that, it's still going to be a big piece of the story that's cut out, which I don't like. I wish they would at least do that. In my book, that would make this game the best game if you could play as Krillin, Vegeta, Yamcha, at least all of the Z fighters would be great. Now Bulma did play a big part in some of the Dragon Ball Z series. She made the Dragon Radar. She's married to Vegeta. She's got Trunks is her son. So she did play a good part. I would say make her a playable character too. Because a little puzzle on building. What, say the Dragon Radar or something like that. Something cool like that would be great. And the fighting for this game, I feel it needs to be really in depth. It doesn't need to be like, oh, well, you can select here and pick your specials, or squares the punch and triangles the punch, or triangles the kick, and circles to do your key. I think it really needs to be perfect. And I'm hoping it's a good game. I'm praying that it's a good game, because I love Dragon Ball Z. I love the whole universe of Dragon Ball Z. It is just one of my favorite series. I've watched them all, and I don't want them to mess it up. I think that the fighting has to be a key focus in this game, but I also think that you cannot take away character development, story elements, and stuff like that. Because if you're making this game for a newer, younger audience, let them see it all. Don't just cut out crap like you did in Budokai and all these other games. Don't half-ass it. Let them see the full series on what it all should be. Let them see the characters develop on the way they should. Um, Goku's story is fine and everything, but there are other key elements in this game that are more important than just Goku, because it's the characters as a whole that makes the series a good series. You know, that's like doing a Naruto game and just focusing straight on Naruto and nobody else in the game, just Naruto. And they've done that, you know, but majority of the Dragon Ball Z games that have come out back when I was a kid were garbage. You know, Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi and Budokai Ultimate were good games, but as far as story goes, they summarized everything and was like, this is what happened, and that was it. You know, you didn't really get a chance to actually like live that, you know? So for them to make a game that is an RPG, they're going to need to focus on story. They're going to need to focus on character development. They're going to need to focus on making sure that all of the characters are playable, even specific characters. And I swear to God, if they take out Yajirobe and make it where Krillin cut off Vegeta's tail when he was Uzuru, I'm going to stab him, because that's what they did in the last game. That's what they did in the Xenoverse series. They made it Krillin who cut off Vegeta's tail when he was Uzuru, and it wasn't Krillin, it was Yajirobe who cut off his tail, which I don't understand why they didn't put him as a playable character, because it's just freaking Yajirobe. You know, maybe they couldn't get the actor to do the voice for Yajirobe. I don't know. But I don't understand why he wasn't in Xenoverse, because he is a key role player in that arc of the story. And if you cut him out and throw in Krillin cutting off Vegeta's tail, it makes no sense. You know, because Krillin had his sword ready to stab Vegeta at the end of that fight. And it didn't make any sense, you know. But they're gonna have to do something to make this game, you know, really good. At least have some unique skills you can learn. Honestly, I wish it was gonna be a open world game starting with your own character would be great. But you know, I figured they wasn't going to do that. And these are just my thoughts on what I think they need to do. And these are things that I think that need to be addressed, because not many people are addressing these key points in the story, because this series has a lot of stuff in it, and not all of it is solely Goku, you know. So I think if they focused on all of the characters as a whole and as a group, I think that this story for it and this arc for it as a game in a whole will be great. Like I said, I personally wish they would just start from Dragon Ball and then work their way up to Dragon Ball Z and then end at Super. But I know they're not going to do that. And to me, that kind of sucks, because once again, newer fans are missing out on that story. You know, that Dragon Ball arc. They're missing out on that. If you start them where Goku is fighting Piccolo, and then you get to Z, and then they're like, oh, wait, Piccolo's fighting alongside Goku, people are going to be like, what the hell is going on? You know, newer fans are going to be like, what the hell is going on? But there are fans out there like me that know why they're at this point and why they're working together. You know, I'm praying the game itself is, as a whole, is great. But at the moment so far, my thoughts for it are really low. But this has been Redneck Gamer X. Y'all have a very good day, and if you like the video, hit a like and a subscribe.